Yes, people, welcome to another live stream, people. Yesterday done a video, today will be a live stream, answering as many questions as possible, talking about the latest Chelsea news. I'm alone today, unfortunately. The whole team letting me down, but it doesn't matter. It's been a while since we've done a stream together. We're going to be speaking about Mason Mount, we're going to be speaking about Ben Chilwell, we're going to be speaking about Ramadan at Chelsea, Open Iftar, the first ever football club to do it in the Premier League, which I'm very amazed to hear. I'm a bit surprised. I'm not gonna lie. It made my day. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm very happy about that. But everyone that's tuned in, man, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe. You know what? I might even open up this panel. So if you guys want to join in, let me know. I'll add you guys later on the stream. Money Mace, most important hot topic right now. A lot of fans want him gone. A lot of fans want him to stay. Actually, we do have a special guest today, Mr. Sindre. One guy can rely on, man. Sindre, man. What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm good.
I
How
thought
are you?
you were busy today.
Nah, I just started later on work, so I came home later. And currently, it's snowing a lot outside because of all the cold weather coming from Sibir. So it's like it was predicted on Friday, like 20 centimeters of snow. It could be. So it took.
That's a lot. That's actually that's really a
Yeah,
lot.
so it took me like over like I would say over an hour to get home from work, and it usually takes like 30 to 40 minutes. So it took a little bit longer because of the weather.
Damn. What were you driving?
Yeah,
Wait, how old are you again?
I'm 19.
Oh yeah,
In
cool.
Norway, you can get the driver's license at 20. No,
Fair
at
play.
no at 18. I mean 18.
18. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrick. Hope everything's good with you. Hashim, hope everything's good with you. What else we got here? Patrick says my thoughts on Chill links. Let's talk about that quickly. Is Brown envelopes raffle? My opinion, 100+ breaches. No way they'll get a transfer window in the summer. It's a very good point as well. Everyone that's tuning in, please do keep liking the video. Senior, I'm going to ask you straight away your opinion on this Mount situation. There's a huge gap. They're talking about the contract. Your Ben Chilwell opinion about Man City, interesting
Yeah.
player. Let's hear it.
Like if like I don't know how big of the difference in like what Mount wants and what the club want to give Mount, but I know that they want to reduce how the wages and how the wage structure at the club are. I've heard that a lot from different podcasts I'm listening to as well, and you can see that they also want to include more like bonuses for like doing well in the Champions League, and that's the way they get more of the money, because I think that's how the structure is more in baseball, and they want to like implement that more in football, into Chelsea, and I think that's well. So because I like that they want to lower the wage gap, but in the way that they will get more of the wages if they perform well, because that will actually in my opinion, that will motivate the players to do well, because then they know that they will not get say 200,000 to 300,000 a week. They say they get like 150, and then if they do well in the Champions League and the Premier League, then they get the bonuses of like say 50 to 100,000 pounds for that, and therefore they will then try to, because they probably want that bonus, and therefore they will do better. And in my opinion, on the Chilwell thing, he is not for sale, not at all. Like,
It's not about him being for sale. It's about him wanting to take a extension contract. If there's any doubts, they're saying that Man City will pounce on it.
okay, in that case, but
That's mainly it. It doesn't say whether he's unhappy or happy. I'm sure he's happy. Like,
yeah,
without a doubt,
he
he has to be
he
happy at
he
Chelsea.
looks happy. So
Yeah,
I think that there is no chance if Potter and everyone can keep him up and he performs well, and I think he can become the next, or like say the heir to Ashley Cole. Like he can, he's a really good at attacking left back, and he's really good defensively. Of course, he is better as a wing back, uh, in my opinion, but he's at least two times the better left back than Marcus Alonso, who's And
Well,
I would
there's no
say
need for that. There's no need for that,
I,
Marcus
I
Alonso.
was gonna say also give Marcus Alonso props because if he would play a wing back, he was probably the best wing back in the world. Like because no one else played wing back. Nah, but I think Chilwell is going to stay for a long time, and I hope he does. And I think if City wants a left back from Chelsea, they should look at Cucurella because if you look at how City plays with inverted left backs, he fits that he fits that better because Chilwell likes to hug the sideline and play like as an overlapping fullback, and Cucurella doesn't do that. He
They
likes,
wanted Cucurella as well before we even signed him anyway. So yeah, there's
yeah,
definitely interest in that.
yeah, I know, and I think if they don't get Chilwell, I think they will turn their heads, especially to Cucurella because of course there's all the things, the drama that happens between Pep and Cancelo, and therefore I think Cancelo probably wants to leave or is going to leave in the summer, and then they need a new left back, even though they signed like this young, good Spanish left back in Sergio Gomez. They need a new left back, and therefore I think if they don't get Chilwell, or then they will go to Cucurella.
Yeah. No, look, anything can happen in football, as we know.
Yeah,
Everyone tuned in, man. Keep liking the video, keep subscribing, hit the notification. Patrick Felix's wages is a lot because I think he was even on more at Atletico, and Chelsea, as part of the loan deal, had to either cover all of it or cover majority, like three quarters. So I'm sure it's over 200k. I do believe it's over 200k. I
nah,
wouldn't.
nah, he's on £110,000, £110,000 a week.
You're joking.
Nope. I did the research when we were talking about the wages, and I saw that he was on £110,000 a week. Yeah, Joe Felix, yearly annual salary 5.72 million, £110,000 a week.
Hey, Patrick, Mason Mount in the mud, bro.
So, and if Felix is happy, I think he will actually be if he's happy and he plays a lot of the minutes, I think Bowley and them can convince him to take a page cut and go into the side this sort of uh new new wage system we want, and then if he does that, then Mount is not, and Mount doesn't sign before the summer, he is gone. Because if we then sign Felix and we have agreed with Atletico, say by May or early June, and he then takes a pay cut, say he goes from now he's on 110,000 a week on loan, say then takes say 170, 180, then Mount they're not going to re-sign Mount because then they already have a new uh they have a replacement already in João Felix if they sell Mount.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do believe João Felix will stay at Chelsea. I think he definitely wants to leave Atletico. It's just about whether Chelsea can agree a fee or not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He hasn't been. He's been good. He's been good. He's definitely improved the morale of the team.
He has glimpses of his how good he can be.
Yeah, but he's not putting it at the back of the net, unfortunately. And he is missing.
It will come.
It will come. It will come. But we need it now, my friend. Champions League run still on. Top four maybe still on. You never know right now what could happen. Big up Serenaf in the comments as well. Patrick, maybe he is. Maybe he is Atletico. But at Chelsea, from what we are seeing, I trust Sindra a lot. 110,000 on loan. I think that's a or less.
Yeah,
That's
so Atletico will then covers the rest at 160, because I don't think Chelsea would have agreed, like, because we paid like 11 million for him. That's a really big loan fee as well. Then therefore I don't think Atletico could like negotiate on that we took more of the percentage of the coverage of the wage, and therefore we yeah, buenos piece. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Just quickly as well. Big up Serena for the donation, man. Big up myself, Sindra. Link, like, and subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to the website as well. Check it out. Clothing line, everything on there, people. Show some love. You know, we've got Enzo jumpers, we've got Mudryk jumpers, we've got the basic jumpers, got everything on there. WorldWideChels hats, everything. Potter in now. Everyone's Potter in, I think. Syndrome might be Potter in. Reece James, Thiago Silva shirts. We've got everything on there, people. Socks. Go and check it out. WorldWideChels.com/store. Much appreciated. Yeah, Syndrome, what you're saying is I agree with the points you're making there. I think Atletico must be paying the remaining, and Chelsea are paying less than half, probably like what 35-40%, and the rest is going from Atletico's pockets. That's the only way.
Felix is on 280,000 pounds or euros a week. I just checked.
Yeah, so I'll say that's about what 250,000-260,000 pounds roughly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, Sindri. A lot of money.
Yeah, it is. I would
What
love
would
to
you
be
do
on
with that
that.
money?
I
What would
don't
you do with that
know.
money? Forex.
Invest.
Hey, trader.
Yeah, invest in the future, forex, crypto, stocks. Like I would try to invest and improve my balance and improve my future. But I would love to have 280,000 pounds a week.
Big facts.
Or
Big facts.
euros. I mean euros.
Euros. Yep. Big facts. Everyone in the comments, big up Couch as well, man. Let us know your thoughts on Money Mace, people. Money Mace. Do you guys want him to stay? I want to hear what people are thinking in the comments. The pink list saying 200 mil, you can have him.
Yeah, I saw a picture. Like I don't know if this is true or photoshopped or anything. That Mason Mount was actually on a golf event on Saturday.
Really?
Or Friday. Yeah.
Where'd you see that?
On Twitter. I don't know if it's true. I can see if I can find it. And send it to you.
You and Alfred find the best news always, man. You know, news that I never thought I would ever come across. Whether it's on Facebook, whether it's One Football, who have sponsored this channel before. Look, I just want to say, Patrick, I've given my props to Mason Mount for the previous seasons, and I don't know if you watched my video yesterday. You did comment on it, but I did give him his props. Okay, without him, we wouldn't be in the top 4 spot this season in terms of playing in the Champions League. So I give him full credit for that, because if he didn't do that, then no one else stepped up. So I give him that. And I did say at the time, GNA is saving him because his overall performances weren't really there at the time. But look, if you score goals, you provide assists, no one can really say anything. No one can give you any criticism, in my opinion, anyway. You can only improve. But this season, my friend, has not been good enough. No goals, no assists, nothing. I gave the man his props, bro. You can't like come at me. Minerals FC, like I rate the guy in general, but it's gone too far, bro. Like he's defending him too far. It's not right. Patrick, you have to see sense, bro. It's not right, bro. If it's Papa Chelsea, he would sign the deal. He would sign the contract, my friend. He would fight for his position. He's getting dropped by Potter. He's fully fit the other day. I saw him in training, bro. I saw him in training. He's getting dropped, my friend. He's not performing. He's focusing on TikToks, bro.
What's your opinion on that Mudryk is playing, or against Leicester he was playing as a striker or in the central and not on the wing?
It's a weird one, for being honest. It's a very, very weird one, Mr. Sindri. I don't know the situation with that player either. Like, you know, everyone's really all over the place, for being honest. Patch said this season has been hit. There's no denying that. But he's one of the best players. You have to see sense in that. I think he's a very, very good hard worker. I think he's energetic. I think great presser. You need someone like that in the team. But I think technical wise, he's not on the level of Felix.
Who, Mudryk?
Mason Mount.
Mount, okay. Nah, because I saw an interesting video today I shared in the group chat about how Mudryk actually played again. Like he was a striker in the attack. He played central while Felix and Havertz played in behind him, and that actually worked really well because Mudryk makes a lot of runs to like when because Leicester played a three at the back, and Mudryk then made the runs in behind the two defenders, or between the two defenders usually, and therefore one of them needs to go and follow him, and that drags him out of position to leave a lot of space like in the middle and stuff. And actually, from one of the runs he made, the João Felix offside goal early in the first half was because Mudryk dragged one of the Leicester defenders out of position, so he couldn't recover quickly enough. But it's interesting to see because Mudryk usually plays as a left winger or like on the left hand side. So it was interesting to see how he played in the middle, and he did fairly decently as well.
He did do quite well. I was surprised, obviously, he hasn't been playing. Patrick in the comments saying it was smart playing him as a 9 as he doesn't track back defensively. Maybe he's not playing because of, not tracking back.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. We don't know, obviously. This is a bit of a surprise that he wasn't even featuring at times.
I think that. Yeah, I think that was to get him out of the limelight and all of that media attention, because like everyone said, oh, 007 Mudryk, but if you played 7 games, I would agree it was 007. But like a good guy on this stream said, Carlito, he only played like 200 minutes. That, or was it Jesters? That's not even close to 7 games. That's barely 4 games.
Yeah, no, it's very, very true. God of Frog does. I'm just assuming. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm not saying I've seen anything like that. I'm just saying there must be a reason why Potter's playing up there and not playing him some games. There must be a reason. But like Sandra said, maybe it's because of to take him out of the limelight. Maybe. So enough. Big up, man. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Just doing my work and saw your ad that you're coming on the stream, so I thought I could join in.
Yeah. What's the time over there?
It's 11:20 a.m. in Vancouver. Yeah, I'm in Vancouver.
Oh yeah. I keep thinking you're like in India, like ahead of us, basically, a couple hours ahead of us. Apologies. Let's. I mean, look, we've spoken about Mason Mount a few times in the past, but we're hearing big gaps in the contract situation. So enough. What's your overall take? I know you're saying on loan and stuff, but I'm saying this actual problem itself now, this contract.
So I've been saying this before in many occasions. The player never is big. A player is never bigger than the club. We have sold Eden Hazard in the past. We have sold our star players like Diego Costa in the past. So if the money is right, we have to sell Mount. And there are people who would say that.
How much is that?
If I'm getting 80 mil, I would seriously
80.
roll. I'm saying if it is a 80 mil, I would seriously roll the carpet and send him goodbye. I saw it in the in one of the chat over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think God of Frogs. There's someone saying 60 to 80 mil. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, my point is, I wanted to state an observation over here. Our fans are becoming devoid, like they are being split into fans versus fanatics. There are fans of the club and there are fanatics of the players. And the fanatics of the players say, why are you dropping the player out, or why are you not supporting the player? Versus there are fans who actually understand what the club needs and what the club should do. We need a new stadium. Has anyone spoken about that and made a noise about that? No. We have been hearing news about Cobham upgrade, but people were asking, why aren't you giving the contracts to Mason Mount and why are you investing on Cobham? That is more important for the future of the club. So that's my take on it. Like, be a fan of the club, but if you're a fanatic of the players, then this isn't the right place for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can echo that, my friend. Mason Mount fanatics,
Yeah. So
unfortunately.
I have a little question I just thought about. Who would be a bigger miss if we sell Mason Mount? Mason Mount or Juan Mata? Because like Mason Mount, Juan Mata won the Player of the Year 2 times before we sold him to United for 40 million. But who, in your opinion, would be a bigger miss? Because I think Mata is like not 10 times, but at least twice the player Mason Mount is.
He's 20 times better, my friend. He's my favorite player of all time when he was at Chelsea. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. When he left, I was very, very hurt. I
Yeah.
don't know how old you were back then, Sindre, but that one was
That's
a
over
big hit
10
for me.
years ago, so like 9, 8 years, like 9, 10 years old.
He was my favorite player, man.
Yeah. But
Nothing.
I want to ask Patrick this question because he said like because Mount has the most goals and assists, he should be one of the highest paid players in our squad. So would you say like for example, if Mitru when he was doing at Swansea, should he get be one of Swansea's highest paid players because he put up over like was it over 15 or something like that goals in one
Yeah, but
year?
he's not Cobham. For Swansea-esque, he's not Cobham. Mason Mount is
Or
Cobham, bro.
should Abraham have gotten that much when
I mean, look, it's a good conversation to have because looking back at it, 15 league goals I think it was, and he was playing with injuries as well.
yeah
At the second part of the season, so I have to respect that. But when you win Champions League, when you buy more players, unfortunately, the Cobham love is out of the window. But Tammy Abraham, I think, was unlucky. I think
yeah
Tuchel treated him wrong. I'm not even gonna
like
lie to you.
I get that because like he was if he was performing like he did in the 1920 or 2021 season, I get that if he get the contract then he should have been a higher paid player. But if you look at this season and the last or at least half of last season, he doesn't deserve to be one of the highest paid players because his form and performances have drastically, in my opinion, drastically dropped. And just like Havertz and other players that we have signed, he isn't showing to what extent of the player and the capacity of a player he
But
is
Sindri,
capable to
Sindri,
be.
Sindri, look, I'm always on the be open minded on all of this, okay? But the contract talk started at the end of the Roman era. That's when Reece James was getting his deal as well. So Reece James and Mason Mount's deals were being talked about this time
Yeah,
before
I
both of
remember
these
that.
guys
Yeah,
coming, yeah.
yeah,
So if you look at Reece James, that definitely deserves a deal, even though he's been injured a lot of times since then. Then you look at Mount, who we have to give props because back then, without his goals, we're not getting top four. We have to be real, okay? So that's why I kind of understand from his aspect that conversation has come up because of that.
yeah.
Yes, this season he's not been good enough.
And the season before, if it wasn't for Abraham's 15 goals, we would have gotten top for that season either. And
No,
what
but
happened? What happened when
Mason
Tuchel
Mount was
came?
key in that
He
season as
dropped.
well.
Dropped Abraham. Tuchel dropped Abraham because he didn't see him in the future. That is what Tuchel is. That is what Potter is now doing with Mason Mount, because Mason Mount doesn't want to sign a contract. Potter isn't seeing
So,
him as a key player
so
anymore.
Cindy, you're bringing a very good point over here. But here's the thing: when I see in the past, Tuchel dropped Tammy Abraham, Antonio Conte he dropped Diego Costa in the most ruthless way
Yeah,
known in the
that was
game.
disgusting.
That
No, he
was
was
the
right to do
most.
that, by the way.
How do you justify it is right to do that? He is allowed to
I
drop the
can
blame, but
justify
not
it.
on a text.
I can justify it.
But drop on a text. I mean, I'm
Yes.
not saying dropping off. I'm just saying dropping the mode of communication also. But
No.
my point over here is, sorry, and I feel that we are deviating from the point which I'm trying to make. Sorry, Sadiq. But my point is, how much license are we giving the manager to make his impression on the team? Are we saying that the manager is only allowed to play the players whom we feel he should play, or should he also experiment or try his own impression on the team? That's my question over here. Because we have spoken about Potter leaving out Mason Mount, and we are making so much noise, and Tuchel leaving Tammy Abraham, and we have Conte leaving Costa, and we had Jose Mourinho leaving another player. We every manager would leave some star player. In the past, Pep Guardiola left out Ibrahimovic and brought in Messi. Look what that got Messi into. So there are good instances and there are bad instances. Like you brought in the wrong player instead of the right, and the team went down. It's okay, but how much license can we give? How much room can we give for the manager? Or is it always the fans' priority comes first?
You look, I think you're definitely spot on there. You sometimes the players that you expect to be here long term don't make it because managers, don't pick them for whatever reason. As you said, with certain managers. Just quickly, because this Conte and Diego Costa thing annoys me a lot when people say this about Tex and stuff, because Costa has always wanted to leave, even under Mourinho, which was before Conte, where he made the scene. We always talk about we want the manager to be in charge. We want the manager to take control of the dressing room. Okay. Then when players throw a tantrum and want to leave, yes, he was a fantastic player, but the guy wants to leave under Mourinho. So you have to understand something, Saranov. This guy wanted to leave before Conte even joined, and we forced him to stay. And then he wanted to leave again midway part of the season for China because they offered crazy amount of money. Yes, he was very professional to end the season with the Premier League, and yes, Conte is wrong for doing the text, but I do not blame him for selling him and getting 52 million. I think that was a fantastic deal back then.
And Sadiq, and I'm mentioning this again and again. I don't argue upon the point that Conte dropped Costa. I'm just arguing the method used by a text instead of just telling him on the face. But that is something which is like a professional ethic, which we expect, but we not follow it to the T. So I don't have my qualms on that.
Yeah,
But
but
like yeah,
but Costa walked away. He didn't come training. What does that mean? Why didn't you come in person and say I'm not going to train today and leave? That's the same attitude you got to have for the player.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
and that is something which I agree on. That is not something which Costa should have done as well. I'm not blaming that Costa is right and Conte is wrong. I'm just saying. I mean, sorry, it's just we are arguing a different point. Whereas my observation was like asking how much room the manager would be getting, but I shouldn't have mentioned about the text part.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. That was.
Can you just say
Listen,
they were
just
both
quickly,
wrong in the same way?
Yeah, they were both wrong. They weren't having professional ethics.
Fair enough.
I would agree on that.
Fair enough. I don't know if you watched the channel like a couple months ago, but
I remember.
Carlito, and I think
KJ.
Alfred and KJ, we had a massive problem with this topic. I was fuming. I'd
Yeah.
never got heated before.
Yeah,
my
I
life.
like I missed that stream, sadly enough.
I can't remember which one it was, but I was defending Conte on the situation. I was going mad, absolute mad. But anyway, look, it's true. I think what Serena was trying to say in the end, at the end of the day, managers have players they want to keep, and managers have players they don't want to keep. Okay, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mason might not be that guy. Whether you guys want him or not, as I said, I'm very grateful for what he's done in the past. Champions League assists, goal assists in every single knockout stage in that Champions League.
He was vital in the Champions League, and that was when that there showed his quality, and he showed how to play. He hasn't showed that since that season.
Yeah, I mean, money makes it is people. Everyone that's tuning in, man, keep liking the video, man. It helps out the channel a lot. Lukaku said he might want to return back to Chelsea, people.
Really? Because I thought I read that Lukaku wanted to stay, but Inter cannot afford him. That's the news which I read.
I wanted to see what you guys want to say. Would you guys be excited to see Lukaku back?
Like,
A lot of you guys
I said, I know this is controversial and stuff, but
no, don't be Alfred.
No, I'm not going to be Alfred, but all I'm saying is if he's really a vital and actually say he turns this around and actually bags a goal with say 25 to 29 goals, this when he comes in. I'm saying I think a lot of Chelsea fans. Of course, the injury is always going to be in the memory of Chelsea fans, and he's a lot of Chelsea fans are not going to accept it for that. But some Chelsea fans I think, are going to like forgive him if he say is vital to a Champions League and a Premier League victory for us. Say he bags 10 goals in the Champions League and bags 25 to 30 goals in the Premier League. I think some Chelsea fans will actually forgive him. But I'm not saying he will do that. I'm not saying I will forgive him. I'm just saying if there's a big if there, if he can do that, and Potter can show Lukaku how to behave and how he should be a professional player, he can redeem himself in a way. But there's a big if there, and I'm not saying I will forgive him. I'm just saying if he can do
It seems
that.
like you will. But look, Mr. Sindra, you're a very, very young person. I applaud you for your honesty and
Yeah, I'm
forgiving.
I'm open minded. Of course,
Um,
I was furious about the injury because that is not a professional way to handle yourself, and the way he did that was not the right way. I It was the wrong time as well. It was the middle of the season. It should have then maybe come. He should have waited on that until the summer. I don't know if he did that because he wanted to see if he could force a move to Inter in January or not. But wrong time, wrong place, and it didn't go well with the Chelsea fans.
I
And
feel I
So
feel Inter made him do it on purpose. They were in debt. They needed money. They told him to force the move to Chelsea. They got the money, all the shirt numbers, everything makes sense. I know I'm a conspiracy theorist and all this stuff, but I do believe in these things. I feel like they took us for a mug, in my opinion.
yeah,
I think they did it on purpose.
yeah,
so here's one thing, right? You are giving an interview saying that you want to prove a point when you and force your way to come to Chelsea and make the club break all the records to sign you, and then 4 or 5 months down the line, you're just giving an interview talking shit about the club and trying to force your way back to the club which you come from. And let's say, since you were saying hypothetically, I would also go with the probability as well aspect of it. And let's face the facts. He's not going to be hitting 28 to 30 goals given his injury record at the moment. And seeing the data where he is now prone to injury and gain of weight. And
Mm.
second thing is, there have been players, if I quote Fabregas, he has spoken ill of Chelsea in the past when he was playing for Arsenal. But when he came to Chelsea, he won their hearts by giving his all to the club. There are people who have played for the rival teams and changed the opinion of the fans. There have been instances. I right now give my stance. I could change my stance as well if a person is proving himself. There's always a second chance in this world. We can forgive him, but right now, if you ask me whether if he bangs 20 odd goals and would I forgive him? No. But if he's gonna be here for 4 or 5 seasons, give 20 plus goals all the 4 or 5 seasons and try to carry the team to some title or some glory, yeah, then we could talk about this.
Well, it looks like you both are
well, like
forgiven.
football is like you never know how the future holds. Of course, I would say maybe if Potter doesn't see Lukaku in the future and want another striker, sell him in the summer. But if Potter actually sees and thinks that Lukaku can be a vital asset to the team because he's a big number 9, good link up play to, or I don't know how his link up play is going to be with the new players that are around him. But if he sees it and he can turn Lukaku into Lukaku that he was before we signed him, that Lukaku we expected him to be, you never know how Chelsea fans will see him after that, and how quickly they can turn the. I'm not naive. I'm just being up. I'm
Bro, I was fully against this signing from day one. If you guys
yeah
watched me during Haaland days, I was
yeah I
against this
remember
signing.
that, but
I
But
dislike this player.
see, I'm stating the fact again, Sadiq, that was a desperation move. Lukaku was never a desired target. It was a desperation from the management. Let us get that right. Like there are people who said yay to Lukaku and then said nay when he gave those interviews. But I remember this once when we were in conversation, you and me, and you asked me, "Are you in for a Lukaku or not?" I said, "We don't have any other choice in the market right now. There isn't a 20 goals striker in the market right now. Haaland is taken. What other
Mm.
choice did we have during that time?"
Well, at that time, Haaland wasn't taking it.
He
Just didn't.
was.
No, he wasn't taken. He
No,
just
he
didn't want to
wasn't.
pay
He
the
was still at
money.
Dortmund. He still played one more year at Dortmund before he
In
went
one
to
more year,
City.
Dortmund.
But
But
he just didn't want to come to Chelsea.
no, it was already mentioned like he wanted his. I mean, he had his eyes set on Man City. He had 1 year left in Dortmund, but he had his eyes set on Man City. That
I
was
mean,
the
they'll say
news
that
which
about
was
Madrid as
floating.
well,
There was rumors about that, but he was also rumored to United and other clubs. But
and Madrid as
So,
well.
so
yeah,
here was my question during that time as to if we miss on Haaland, whom do we have left? It was just Lukaku lying
Harry
around the
Kane.
corner. Harry
like
Kane. Tell me a player from Tottenham to Chelsea in the history of Daniel Levy.
Scott Parker.
Seriously, Daniel Levy as an owner, please.
was Levy the owner when we sold Gallas to Tottenham, or he did it
He
first go to
never wanted to
Arsenal?
sell to Chelsea. He has made that statement during the Modric deal.
Yeah, that's true.
He
Well,
made that statement. I won't sell to Chelsea.
it's
Nah,
very
but
true.
we can go for Harry Kane this summer. He wants to leave. I think he wants to leave Tottenham.
I'm
When's his
game.
contract finishing? When is his contract finishing?
Uh, I think next year or in two
Because I'm
years.
thinking, how can it still go on and on and on? Like this guy, he needs to leave for his own benefit, not even just for Chelsea, just for his own benefit. But just
Will he
quickly,
be
guys.
leaving to Madrid?
Sorry.
Won't he be leaving to Madrid? Harry Kane.
I think
Maybe.
pro- or the two clubs I think are most interested are actually Bayern and Madrid. But I don't think Madrid is, because they will either go for, I think they'll try and go for Mbappe again because I think he's unhappy at PSG because he wants to win the Champions League, or they will go for Haaland because I think Haaland is only going to stay for City for 1 or 2 more years because before it goes to like Madrid or Barcelona. I
Yep.
think City was always going to be a stepping stone for him to prove that he can do it better than in Bundesliga, because there's a lot of strikers who goes out of the Bundesliga and flops,
Timo Werner.
and there's a lot more. Yeah,
Guys,
but
everyone
Werner's a
tuned in,
good
man.
example.
Like the video. I also want to talk about um, what's it called? Ramadan. I think this the first time I've ever seen like amazing news from Chelsea, in my opinion, outside football, man. First Premier League club to host iftar at the stadium. I'll be going there definitely. 26th of March, Sunday. I definitely will be vlogging it as well. This is massive for me as well, and hopefully we see many more people there, man.
So in June, Kane's contract expires in next year, as like in 2024.
Okay, next year. Okay, so he hopefully
Yeah,
he leaves very soon as well. He needs to leave 100%.
And just one thing,
but
Ramadan Mubarak, Sadiq.
Thank you, man. Still, I think another week to go. But yeah, when I read that news today, that was
yeah,
quite good.
that's I like that. I like that news because it's good that we try to be an like we are going to be like an including club, like every single religion, like, and that's nice too from Chelsea.
Bro, a lot of fans will be unhappy with that, man. A lot of match home fans will be unhappy.
Those fans then should just piss off if they're not happy about that. Like they should, like, every religion and every belief and stuff should be acceptable. That's just how it is.
By the way, what do you believe in, Sindri?
I'm Christian.
Are you like, do you actually follow it, or are you like more modern?
Yeah,
Like,
I follow it.
Okay, fair play. What about you, Sonaf?
I'm a Hindu.
Yes. So we've got Hindu, Christian, and Muslim here, people. We are diverse, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we love to see.
Like we are worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide religion. Worldwide religion, people. That's what we just need atheists now. Would probably be Carlito. Um okay. We spoke about Mount, spoke about Chilwell, spoke about Lukaku.
Yeah,
I do want to ask you guys, can we still get top four?
like we're only 5 points behind Liverpool.
Well, Liverpool
In
not fourth.
Liverpool, hmm?
Liverpool not fourth.
Yeah, but would like and Liverpool aren't far behind. Far
I
behind
think
top
we're
four
like
as well.
9 points or 10 points behind.
I can check.
I think.
We are Tottenham. Yeah, we're 11 points behind Tottenham in fourth place.
What? No games in hand.
Tottenham up at 27. We have one game in hand on Tottenham.
Yeah, so it should be 8 if we win.
Yeah.
Who's the game in hand against? I wonder. That's going to be a very interesting one.
I know, but we play against Everton next week. We play Everton next week, and then we play Aston Villa at the end of March.
Hopefully, we Arsenal away as well. I need Arsenal to lose, man. When do we play City? I swear City's in like April.
City is
City is 20th May.
yeah.
Oh, that's like the last game.
No, last game is
Nah,
with Newcastle, 28th.
Oh, so Man City must be 21st.
no, Man City is
20th.
20th, Saturday
20th.
20th of May.
Okay.
That will be a lovely game because I have long weekend because Wednesday is Norway's Independence Day, like the 17th of May, and then Tuesday is like when Jesus went to heaven. So that's a holiday in Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Friday is like in between weekend and a holiday, and therefore my work has decided that day is a day off. So
Nice.
I have from Wednesday until Sunday before I have to go to like
You got
6 days.
some nice easy life, Mr. Syndrome, man. Nice
Yeah.
easy life.
But I don't think my cousin could do it on in May. That's sad because that would be a lovely game to go to at the Etihad or the Emptyhead.
I think
Well,
Man City versus. Sorry.
Hopefully we can win that game. Hopefully we can win that game.
Unlikely though, man.
Hey, but I would take a little question. If we lose, and that helps City win the Premier League, or we win and that helps Arsenal win the Premier League, what would you do? What
City.
would it take?
See.
Like we lose and City win the league?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd rather lose and not let Arsenal win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's what I was about to ask. We have one game with Arsenal, and City has one game with Arsenal.
Yeah.
So if we both win against Arsenal,
Yeah, like I'm like I don't think we will go. I don't think we're gonna beat Everton comfortably. To be honest,
Yes, we are.
like come on, they have Sean Dyche. Dyche is really good, a really good manager, man. He's turned Everton around. Like they went from 18th to like 5 points clear of the relegation zone in 3 games.
he knows how to defend a team which is
Yeah,
fighting
he
for
knows how to
relegation.
turn. Knows how to turn
He'll
a
be
team.
sacked next season, guys. Don't worry.
I don't think Sean Dyche will be sacked next season. I think he can actually turn Everton to be a better team. Like Everton are kind of Burnley, but just with a bigger budget.
Here's the
Kind of a
thing:
big
when he
one.
was at Burnley was in Premier League. Now where are they?
Yeah, that's very true. Actually,
Burnley sacked him and Burnley got relegated.
That's what happens when you burn
Yeah,
Sean
and
Dyche.
Burnley also have transfer ban in the summer. Have you seen that news?
I didn't see that.
No,
Where was
Burnley.
it?
Burnley confirmed that they have a transfer ban in the summer, and they can't sign players.
They should sign Frank Lampard then.
They already have a good manager in Vincent Kompany.
That's true.
oh
He's
yeah,
pretty good.
company
Like
is doing bits.
He's doing well with that Burnley side. doing
And he
well.
has Craig Bellamy as well, right? As his assistant.
I don't know whose assistant is.
I think so.
Well, Craig Bellamy.
Yeah.
Really?
That's his, yeah.
That's quite a surprise on company and
I'm just
Oh,
checking the wiki right now.
guys. I got a message on Twitter saying just bought the
Yep.
T-shirt from the website. Congrats! Thank you very much, people. Sam Zaindin, MD. Thank you very much. If you're watching this, much appreciated.
probably will buy a shirt and stuff at the end of the week.
Get in, people. You lot heard it here first. Don't spread lies about Mount, mate. Mount not worth 400 a week. Bro, Mount is a greedy guy for F's sake. Who wants 400 a week? I
Like,
mean, I can afford £400 a week. I can give him £400.
He's not going to get 400,000.
Okay, he wants 399,000, right?
Yeah, like if he wants 400, say if he gets 400,000 pounds a week, then he should accept a 7-year contract. Then because we give him so much money, you need to take lose something to gain something, right?
Very, very true, my friend.
But
Very
he's not going to be on the same wage as Salah.
Oh, Danny Music coming back. He wants between 200 and 400. So how am I lying, mate? Whew, saucy.
Yeah, he's not worth 400, and he's not worth 300. So he should be happy with 200.
Who, Mount?
Yeah.
Oh my god, did you read that last one? Patrick is comparing Mount with Kaka.
You're talking about Lukaku, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Don't leave a space, Patrick.
Yeah, the space there is.
English is for everyone, people.
I was like, you're not comparing Mount with Kaka, right?
No, man. We either say Lakaka, Lekaka, Lukaku. You can say many.
But we don't leave a space in between.
No, I think he did it by accident. Yeah, but 400 bags back then for Kaka. I don't
And
think.
here's one other thing. The one from PS. Mount will become another KDB or De Bruyne. Guys, one thing which I noticed and observed, and I went back, I did some research to tell you that De Bruyne, when he was in Chelsea, was not the De Bruyne when you see him in Man City, guys. There is always an if, else, and but, how he could have turned out, but De Bruyne, whom we signed, is not the De Bruyne in Man City. So Mason Mount can be a star and can be a flop after he leaves Chelsea, but we have to judge Mason Mount by his performance right now. Like
That's
how
exactly
we
right, people.
And the only player who is on over 300,000 pounds a week at the club is currently Raheem Sterling. Everyone else is under 300,000 pounds a week. Let's have that
Sterling only
straight.
300.
It's 325,000. But he's the only one who's above 300,000 pounds a week. Everyone else, apart from maybe Lukaku, who's
a lot,
also
man.
325,000 pounds a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but there's still only one who's at that wage at over 300,000. But
That's a
to be
lot.
fair, Sterling did that because of what he has done in the Premier League, and therefore what is accomplished in the Premier League for City, and that's why he got
Still,
it.
325,000 pounds.
It's a lot.
for
If you
an
win
injured
Champions League
player.
this season, if you win Champions League this season, then fair enough. But
Yeah,
that's quite a lot of money, people.
yeah. And Koulibaly didn't deserve that much, but he deserves a lot because he's a really good defender. He just needs time to adapt to the Chelsea team and adapt to England and stuff like that. And I think he will show why he's on that much money. And Kante is self-explanatory. It's N'Golo Kante we're talking about.
Hey, any guys over here miss Rodiger?
Nah.
A little. Like I miss that he was a demanding player and he was shouting a lot to get the better like to get better out of our players, but apart from that, I don't miss him that much. I think it was more likely the three at the back that got the best out of him. He was a decent centre back.
Yes, indeed.
I think people get confused with one good season with Rudiger.
I mean, he was really good when we sold him. That's all.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
that's my point over here
like
as well.
like
That
we didn't sell him. He left on a free. We let him
Yeah.
go.
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's nothing to stir about. It's just like to hate when I hear the word sell, I just think we get some money of him. Like, to be fair, the only money we got from him was not paying his wages. But I can't remember how much he was on as well.
180, I think. 180k. 180k.
Like, I'm not gonna say that.
What say what?
Like that Mount is a beast in every single manager. If he was, he would be playing right now.
It's true though. It's true though. Every manager has picked.
Yeah,
him.
that's fair enough that he like that they pick him, but he's not been a beast under every single manager. He's been good. He's been good under every single manager.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? He trains
Money.
very hard. No, he trains very hard.
Yeah,
He's someone like that.
he like any like
It's
fair
like
enough,
Henderson. It's like Henderson at Liverpool.
he's
Hard work.
he's a good press. He puts a lot of pressure on the people like that has ball. He's good at pressing people, but apart from that, this season I don't say it's on anything. That's just my opinion about this season. Like,
What about
I've
previous
seen.
season? Previous season.
Yeah, fair enough. He did well. Like, he did well in the previous season. He did more. He contributed more in the previous season. Like, I think if Mount actually had done more this season, of course it's been a really, I would say, a season to forget for a lot of our team, our players. But if he showed a little bit more what he could do, and like I feel like I remember him more missing the ball, or like losing the ball than anything else, like because his decision making hasn't been what it used to be. Like, his passing hasn't been the same, his runs hasn't been the same. Like, and anything that I remember from out in the last 3 seasons has been the same to this season. But if we don't sell him and he shows up and does well next season, I'll say that's fair enough. That's the Mount that we know he can be and how good he can be. But if he doesn't start showing up when he plays, he's gonna get sold. I'm just saying that as a fact. Like, if he doesn't start to perform, putting up the numbers that he did before, and every single other attacker is outperforming him in every single metric,
So what does Mount lack right now?
I would say confidence at the moment.
And
Like-
how does he get that confidence back? Do you think?
From of course, I would say from playing games, but if he, like, that's the evil circle sometimes when you don't perform. If you don't perform, and every single other attacker in the team performs, or every single other attacking midfielder, because if you play, say, a 4-2-3-1, his best position, in my opinion, is in that central, like the central midfielder who's playing further forward, in front of the 2 DMs. In my opinion, that's his best position. I don't think he's good out wide, because if he's like him and if you play him and Havertz together, they can't play together, because they take up a lot of the same stage. But if we say Mount played in like in either Felix or Havertz's position against Leicester, I think he would. I think that's a position where he could play, but he needs to stick to one side of the field, or if in doubt, Havertz might switch in enough when the ball is out of play and stuff. But if him and Havertz occupy the same spaces, which have done a lot when they play together, them two can't play together, because they take a lot of the same space, occupy the same space a lot.
I, for one, think that Mount lacks the link play. because whenever I see new players who come into the team, play for the game, play for the team, I see him linking only with Reece James or linking with Kai Havertz, like only the players whom he has that chemistry with. I don't see the new link plays. He's always trying to rely on them, and when I see in this season, his games have been worse when there is no Reece James, and it has been noticeable.
Yeah, I feel like God of Frogs and EE says a lot of good things here about what Mount lacks in his game at the moment.
Awareness. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
It's a bit harsh.
You're exaggerating a bit there, Mr. Patrick Bateman. I don't think both Mata, Lampard, Drogba, Maluda, a lot of players I can go on about naming former
That's
players
mad.
have
That's
created more
mad.
chances than Mason Mount. Have Mason Mount actually created a chance in 2023 or at least this season?
That's mad. You know, if you're saying history, that is mad.
That's a long time.
I
Don't forget-
have one player who can break that record in his time, Fabregas. In his
Like-
limited time, he broke more. He provided more chances.
Don't forget also Fabregas was one assist away from equaling the all-time assist record in the 20, I think it was the 2015 season. Yeah,
Yeah.
under Mourinho. And
Come on.
Enzo Fernandez has created more chances than Mason Mount this season. Enzo is our top assister in the Premier League with 2 assists.
Bro, Mason Mount has more goals than Frank Lampard. Put some respect on his name at this age.
At this age.
Yeah, put some respect. on
You
his name.
forget about how long Lampard played the game.
Yeah, but Mason
When
Mount won
Lampard
Champions
played the
League.
game, midfielders never scored. So
Bro,
here's the thing, right?
Mason Mount has won the Champions League at this age, people.
Yeah, that's
What was
fair
Frank
enough.
Lampard doing?
But
Even Bosingo won the Champions League. Do you
How
mean to
old
say
was-
Bosingo
how-
was great player?
Yeah, but that's later on. Mason Mount has won it this young.
how old
in
was
his
Lampard
career.
in the 05 or 04 05 season?
Same age.
Yeah, he won the Premier League.
Yeah, but I would rather win Champions League. Honestly, I'd
And
rather
he
win Champions-
and he got the Champions League semi-final.
Who?
Lampard.
So what? I don't care what semi-finals, bro. What semi-finals? You're
You see,
comparing
because-
Jose Mourinho.
Dude, we were waiting for 50 years to get a Premier League title.
We
and-
lost at final to a bogus Liverpool like ghost goal. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you
golden
just said
cross line.
semi-finals, like you're Tottenham.
Yeah,
You're
was-
happy
I
like Tottenham.
think he reached the semi-final 2 seasons in a row.
Quit messing
Come
around,
on.
Sadiq. You know
Like,
that. You're just
you
messing
know-
around with us.
Oh,
You sound like
0304,
Tottenham, bro.
0304, 0405.
Here's the thing: the Champions League was like the Premier League of 04-05 because it was like I think 50 plus years since we last won a title, and we were in awe of that Premier League title. And 04-05 when we won that title, we announced to the world that Chelsea is here to stay. 2012, the
But
Champions League.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Sharnath. But did you think actually Mason Mount will reach Lampard's level? Be honest now.
Yeah,
You think that's...
he's won the Champions League already, bro.
Yeah, but do you think Mount will yeah, fair enough. Like Anderson, the Brazilian center mid for United won the Champions League at 19.
He wasn't key in the team.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Mason Mount's key in the team when he's won it.
Dude, even Reece James has won the Champions League.
Sorry?
Even Reece James has won the Champions League. You mean to say he's the greatest?
No one's denying Reece James is a phenomenal player. No one is
Yeah,
slating him.
but my point is that do you think, take away the Champions League, do you think Mason Mount will reach the same level of ability-wise as a player as Frank Lampard?
Okay,
I
let me
don't
make it
care
very
about.
clear. Let me make it
I
very
don't care
clear.
about achievements. I don't care about achievements as a
Okay, let
player.
me make it very clear.
ability-wise.
Let me make it very clear. Today's world, if Lampard was here, no one would have supported him like how we're supporting him for history. I can promise you that, and I can tell you, I can give you an example. Didier Drogba in his first 1 or 2 seasons was shocking, and a lot of you guys would have been like, "Get him out of the football club," okay? And look what he's done. Now Mason Mount has the same goals as Frank Lampard at this age, okay? And he's won the Champions League. No matter how bad he is right now in this season, statistically, he has done well for Chelsea. There's no denying that.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying. I'm just saying, do you think Mount as a player will reach Lampard's level?
I can't tell you that. You can't tell me that.
Yeah, I'm just asking if you think he will. Like, in your honest opinion, do you think he can reach that? Or
I don't think he'll reach the levels of Lampard, because Lampard came second in Ballon d'Or. He should have won it that year, even, for example. Okay, Ronaldinho somehow won it for his amazing goal against Chelsea with a fake step over and outside the foot. Cool, but I don't think Mason Mount will hit that exact records. But yeah, he's going to be a great player, whether it's at Chelsea or not. He's going through a difficult time. Money talks,
Yeah.
people. That's all it is. Money talks.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no money back then like that. Obviously, money was coming in, but it wasn't as huge as it is now. So we have to understand how it is. It's a different world right now, people. We're talking about inflation, we're talking about family, we're talking about personal lives need to be sorted. All these things have to take into consideration. It's
Yeah.
easy. It might be easy in Norway, okay? But in UK, I'm telling you now, it's an absolute nightmare. I landed a job 2 days ago. I got a new job 2 days ago. I've not started yet.
Congrats.
Hey,
But I'm a happier
congratulations.
guy. Thank you. I'm a happier guy now because that's one stress off now, knowing that I can look after myself. So this is the same with Mount. Mount might have a certain lifestyle. He needs to make sure his whole family is eating, and that's why maybe the contract talks playing a huge part in this.
Yeah, but does he have a girlfriend or anything like that?
He did before. I'm not sure about now, but he did before, definitely.
No, fair enough.
I don't look at his life like that. He's on TikTok now. If you want to follow him, you can follow him on TikTok. But what I'm trying to say is, Lampard's age at this moment, Mason Mount has reached those numbers.
Yeah.
And I think that's an understatement. I think that's a massive understatement. Look, I'm against Mount now because he has been shocking. He's not been good enough. He doesn't deserve the big contract. But the disrespect that he gets for what
it's ridiculous.
Right.
I agree. It's ridiculous. Like
It's not right, bro.
I'm only here because I know from what I've seen from Mount, that's what I expect from him. It's the same for every single player. What I see from their abilities in previous seasons, of course, they can go through bad patches and stuff like that. Or for example, Pulisic, they can go to a purple patch where they are absolutely amazing and are horrendous everything. Or
Yeah, but Pulisic only had 2 or 3 amazing games, and you never see it again. It's not the same as.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going through a really good, like he was going through some really good games, and then we don't see them again. But from what I expect from Mount, he hasn't shown the quality this season, and that's why I'm criticizing him about his performances now, because he hasn't shown the level that, or the level of the level that he deserves the big contract like people are saying he deserves. That's the only reason I don't think he deserves the big contract, is because he hasn't shown the ability or why he should be in a team to deserve that contract.
So one thing, right, I wanted to bring it up. First and foremost, comparing Mount with Lampard is honestly for me not a good comparison, because each and every player, that's what I'm coming at, sorry, based on the fact that each player in their era had different conditions, different environments. Let me pull you back in history. Pele won the World Cup. Pele is one of the legends in the football, but he has never won even a single Ballon d'Or. John Cruyff won the Ballon d'Or. Everyone would say John Cruyff is a legend, but was he as gifted as Pele? Everyone would debate. But here's the thing, Pele was playing in an era where no matter how much he shined, he was not spoken about. And there were times when he didn't even have a shin guard and he was playing, and he would get injured and he'd still continue playing in the next game and the game after next. Moving on to Lampard's game was more physical. It was like he had to go through all the physicality of the game. And there was game where 1-0 was considered as a great result. Today we are trying for 3-0, 4-0, 7-0. Those were the days when even 1-0 result was like a great achievement. And coming to today's date, you see Haaland hitting 28 goals, Mbappe hitting 25 plus goals. So the game is changing, the rules are changing, the players are changing, and people are trying to protect themselves more from injuries and trying to hit more goals. So I would rather say that it is not a good way to compare players from different era, but rather compare players in the same era, like Ronaldo versus Messi. That is a good debate. Mbappe versus Haaland. That is a good debate. Mount versus,
Well,
let's say, a different player of this
bro,
Premier League. That is a good debate. But I'm just saying the fact that we are comparing apples and oranges. That's it.
But
just quickly as well, I think the Ronaldo Messi debate is now completed after Barcelona has been caught with corruption, paying the rest and stuff. Cheating against Chelsea, cheating against Arsenal, even cheating against Madrid. I think now Ronaldo is confirmed as the GOAT, in my opinion. It's Ronaldo against the world. Anyway,
can I
Patrick, you
just
missed.
say
We spoke
one
about
thing?
Lukaku. Yeah, go on, Sinan. Oh, sorry.
About that with Pele and stuff.
Oh,
Don't forget that Pele played in an era where the Ballon d'Or was only for European players. Like they've done a research. If they said we were like allowed, if the Ballon d'Or at the time was available for every single player, Pele would win 7 Ballon d'Ors in a row.
That was the case, right? We had sanctions on the Brazilian players. I mean, Brazil from getting signed to the European team. That was an era where I wouldn't say it is a good way, but it was an era which we don't want to revisit.
And
I'm
Pele
just,
was
I'm just, I'm just trying to. Sorry, Sandra, I had to cut you off. I'm not trying to say that Pele was not recognized. What I'm trying to say is, we cannot compare players from different ages in the same table. That's my point.
Yeah, I completely agree because I would say every single decade, the game has evolved a little bit, and the tactics of the coaches are different because new coaches are coming in and therefore changing the way of the game. Like, yeah, like for example, now Guardiola, of course, Guardiola has been a coach for a while now, but say Nagelsmann, Potter, like there's a lot of new coaches coming in. The guy that play are now the manager of Reims, who when he manages the game, the club gets fined every single game because of it, because it doesn't have a pro license, because he used to play a lot of Football Manager. So of course the game is always evolving, and therefore you can't compare a player from
Of
2 decades. I completely agree, but Pele was also talked about because Pele always performed at the World Cup. Don't forget he won 3. He's the only player, along with all the other Brazilian teammates he had, who to win 3 World Cups
I
ever.
totally agree.
So of course we can't compare like players from different decades, but Pele was recognized and was talked about as probably one of the best players in the world when he played. I think he also just wanted to stay loyal because don't forget he got offers from Europe to come to play there, but he wanted to stay in Brazil. I think he didn't want to leave his family and leave Santos. That's just what my opinion on it. But yeah, I think we're a little bit off topic and should go back to Chelsea news.
I just
no,
wanted to
yeah,
make
listen.
about Lampard versus Mount.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
here's the
I
thing,
love.
even in the chats I see all about Mount. Guys, Mount at the end of the day is a player. We like him, we love him for his contributions. But if I'm getting a 120 mil, 80, even 80 mil, why 120? Even 80 mil, I would gladly sell him.
No one's paying 80 mil, bro.
But I'm saying if.
Yeah, it's a 1-year contract,
Let,
bro. You're not
let's
getting 80 mil.
come on, we
I
got Hazard for 88, no,
Yo, don't
close
give
to
me
100.
Hazard 2 months. Don't give
I'm
me.
just saying an example. We did have that kind of for instance. So it's
yeah,
not
but
it's not
Hazard
against
is
to have
special,
a
bro.
wishful.
yeah, Hazard is special. Madrid always want that. They always want him, and we knew that he was eventually going to leave. for Madrid, but we were just lucky that we had the board at the time to like negotiate with Madrid, and therefore we got that much money for him. And don't forget, we're still getting money for him because
That's what I was about to say.
yeah, because Madrid are still doing well, and he's still on their books, and he's still going to be there for another year. So if Madrid still win some trophies, and I think we can still get some more. I think we can. If there's still a lot in the clause, I still think we can get up to 300 million for him in total.
If he hits certain boxes,
Yeah.
time one.
When was the sale? It was 2018, right? 2018
Yeah.
or 19? Yeah,
19 after
19.
the Europa League in 2019.
Exactly. My point is that, Patrick, you're saying if Mount had 4 to 5 years, 80 to 100 mil. Our point is, even if it is 80 mil, as long as it reads like 4 to 5 years, 120 mil, like a Hazard deal, I would go ahead and sell the player because we can invest more. If we want to position Mount in the attacking role, we have Felix. We have more players now in the attacking role. If you want him in the center midfield, we have players in the center midfield. We have now the place covered, so we need more money right now.
And don't forget, we're gonna sign more players in the summer, like potentially a De Jong, or we're gonna sign a new center midfielder, and we're probably gonna look at maybe a striker.
Exactly.
So we need to sell some players, and they're gonna sign. They're gonna sell some of the Hungary players because they are worth more in types of. We haven't spent anything on them, like a Mount, a James, a Chalobah, Gallagher. Those players came to the academy, so we haven't spent anything on them, so we don't lose anything on them. So therefore, they're a bigger. They will increase our FFP points and stuff like that when it comes to transfers, and we can then, I think, spend a little bit more money when it comes to transfers as well, because we get more from them. But we're also going to sell a lot of other deadwood players that I don't think Potter is going to want to keep, and the club has decided these guys are just going to sell, like a Ziyech, maybe a Pulisic, and a lot of other people.
Please, ZH as well.
That's for another day, Serena. That's for another day. Guys, thank you for coming on, Sindre. Serena, it means a lot to me.
Yeah, no problem. Always a pleasure.
I did drop it on everyone last minute. They couldn't come on, unfortunately, but that's what we do. Create content, video streams, keeping it up. Merch out as well. Big up everyone supporting. Big up Serena supporting as always.
Thank you.
Mo, I see in the comments as well. Great decision from Chelsea to host the Iftar at Bridge. Totally agree, bro. Hopefully, I see you there, man. I want to go definitely Sunday, 26th of March. But
I
guys,
hope you have a good time on that event.
Yeah, I need to see how it all works. But yeah, I should do a vlog or something hopefully.
Yeah, we'd love to see that and see how the everything is going and how the club is doing it.
No, definitely, man. Guys, everyone in the comments, thank you for tuning in. Danny, Patrick, Varna. I mean, Varna, I don't like the way you say Silva isn't good enough for Chelsea or Reece James. But EE as well. Big up to every single one of you, man. We'll catch you soon. Take care. All the best, Sindre. And
yeah, take care. Don't forget.
And guys, before you leave, like the video, subscribe, and go visit the store. Lots of merchandise.
Yeah.
Please visit the store.
And don't forget to also turn on your notifications so you know when WorldWideChels is also uploading a video or going live. You will get notifications hopefully 30 minutes before we do a live stream. And therefore, if you're really generous, we'd also love for you to share the video stream on social media and stuff. If you want to increase and support us as well, that would also be lovely.
Thank you very much, Sindre. It means a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see you guys very soon.
Take care. Have a lovely evening or night and stuff like that. Yeah.
Peace, you lot. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.